Hi, I'm Martha Hart, and I'm a board member and volunteer with Kunle Community. We'd like to welcome you to our celebration of the United Nations International Day of Peace. This is being put on with the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom and in conjunction with Patria Beni. Kunle Community is all about offering hope in times of darkness. Kunle Community is a nonprofit agency dedicated to providing peer support to those facing mental health challenges of any kind. Our notable support groups so far have been a Suicide Attempt Survivor Support Group, or SAS group. It offers support and a chance for people to process their experience without judgment. We also offer color days, an art support group in Arcata, which is closed until the COVID rate goes down in Humboldt County. We have plans to offer another color days group in Eureka, so if you're interested in that, please look it up. If you're interested, we have a planning committee for a peer respite house. That's a place for people to go when they're in crisis. That would be unlocked, peer support-oriented facility somewhere in Humboldt County. These meetings are currently on Zoom at 5 o'clock following our general meetings. Finally, Kunle offers a warm line Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights from 6 p.m. to midnight. The caller does not have to be in crisis. We also provide referrals to resources and other hotlines as well. The people who handle the warm line calls are people I talk to when I need to, and I wholeheartedly recommend the warm line. Check out our website too. Thank you for celebrating the United Nations International Day of Peace with us. Enjoy the show.
First up, we have A Vision of Peace, a spoken dance featuring Valettta Molofsky, accompanied by Mike Kimmel on drums. Videographer is Ray Robinson.
in our feet that generate up our bodies into our bellies. It comes out of our souls. We ask for peace. Garner peace and pull it in and make thyself whole. Ground yourself in the word of peace. Believe there is peace for you and me. Our ancestors fought and died so that we may be free. We ask for peace. Peace in the belly of life. Peace that comes out of our voice. We need peace. Peace instead of hate. We need peace. What does peace look like in your life? Peace can be a song. Peace can be a movement. Peace is a heartbeat. You just need to pray for more peace. And as the drums presents the heartbeat of peace, I ask you in your heart, where is peace again for you? My peace is with God Himself and knowing that peace will never be lost. I pray for peace, and I hope you can pray for peace too.
This song, You Were Right There Beside Me, is dedicated to Josiah Lawson. Singers are Kelly Goldstein, Holly Portman, and Valettta Molofsky, accompanied by Bill Delfini on bass, David Alessandri on guitar, and Bob Epstein on keys. Valettta will also speak on Sitting with a Conscious Heart.
You were right there beside me, every step of the way. You were right there beside me, every step of the way. You were right there beside me, every step of the way. You were right there beside me, every step of the way. There's never been a time when I left you alone. No, never. I get a little weak and you make me strong. When I look back over my life, I know I did right by you, my child. I had my share of pain, cause I had to go on, Lord, through the rain, but you stayed with me just the same. After all I've gone through, I give all praises to you. You were right there beside me, every step of the way. You were right there beside me, every step of the way. You were right there beside me, every step of the way. You were right there beside me, every step of the way. I had my share of pain, but Lord, I had to go on through the rain, but you stayed with me just the same. After all I've been through, I give all praises to you. You were right there beside me, every step of the way. You were right there beside me, every step of the way. You were right there beside me, every step of the way. You were right there beside me, every step of the way. You were right there beside me. Yes, you were. Every step of the way. Whoa, you were right there beside me. Yes, you were. Every step of the way.
And yes, you were. Lord, you were right there beside me every step of the way. You know, that song is one of my favorites that I sung with Kelsey Goldstein and Holly. It just really reminds me how important it is to be able to share the space with one another and also be able to be a part of something beautiful. And today, I come to you sitting in discomfort with a conscious heart as my topic. So I hope you can sit with me and explore as we walk through these slides. As part of our exercise today, I'm going to ask you to take a moment to look at this picture. Now go ahead and close your eyes. And behind your eyelids, I want you to imagine what you believe this person is doing, what you believe the background of this person's story is, and who they identify with. Now, as you perceive these ideas in your head, I want you to go ahead and open your eyes. And I want you to think, did you look beyond the unseen eye? Not just what you saw, but did you think about family roles, core values, maybe how they were raised, their gestures, their body language, what it was saying? You see, we have what's called cultural discourse. Some of our values and our biases, they intercept with some of our beliefs and ideas when we see different people who don't look the same, talk the same, or walk the same. And therefore, we're not looking at other people's worldview, which means we need to really think about how we have undeveloped culturally responses towards other people and the harm we do. You see, part of the reason why we have this situation is because race continues to be the sole factor that people use. Race is so easily documented. It's used in statistics and graphics, and it's exploited at many times. And therefore, we have sometimes what we call racial erasure, because people are trying to take over other people's concepts of culture, identity, and there's misconceptions. Along with that, we have to think about what is happening in our world today, the discourse that's happening around that, where we see a lot of organizations and corporations stepping up saying that they're doing equity work, yet they're just checking a box to get someone who doesn't look like them into their organization so they can get funding or continue getting noticed by other organizations so that they can say that they fit in. Toni Morrison says that even though the concept of race does not make sense, we still employ it. We do. We employ it in the way when you get interviewed in panels and you're a judge. They don't even know what color you look like when you put on the application. But when you sit down in the seat, body language changes everything. They look at you and they sit back and they kind of check you out. You're looking at me probably saying, that doesn't happen to me. It may not have happened to you, but it has happened to me. I can name many times that I've happened here in Humboldt County where I've just talked to people and they're scared. I can say boo and they get scared. And I haven't even said boo. All I did was come in with a smile and my teeth are so white, they must have been like, ah, but it's okay. It's okay, because you know what? According to the US Census, there is going to be more people that look like me. There's going to be more people that are coming to the forefront that are going to be biracial and mixed culture with big body movements, big smiles, luscious booties, and big old teeth. And you know what? There's nothing we can do about it, because that's the beauty of the American way, is that we show up differently and we learn from each other. And that's important to have the love and peace and joy in our hearts to want to mend together for a conscious heart. So consider the impact. When you were looking at that picture earlier and you were assuming that you thought you knew what that person was, consider the impact of your ideas, of your biases, and why you're holding on and hoarding those emotions that can cause you to have physical trauma and therefore relay trauma on other people. Consider reducing that level of stress and letting go and just having a conversation with one another. Let go of your ideas and move forward. Maslow talks about the needs that we need as human beings. We are all human, and mentally, spiritually, physically, and emotionally, we need to be connected to ourselves, to our community, to our culture, to our families, to our inner and outer circle, so that we can continue to thrive. We are not thriving when we are alone. We are just living day by day, and that's not good. You know, we have so many talented people in this world, and it's amazing that we have not given them systems to do good work earlier in life. We take them to school, we leave them there, and we forget that they are the future. Dr. Dorothy Heights talks about and states, we have to improve life, not just for those who have the most skills and those who know how to manipulate the system, but also for those who often have so much to deliver, but never get the opportunity. The opportunity to speak is a pleasure. The opportunity to sit back and discomfort is a different type of pleasure. It's the pleasure of learning as a human being, learning to be a guest in a way that causes you to have humility and grace. So how do we show up? How do we show up to be the loving person that we need to be? You know, we need to integrate our ways and change our attitudes, and our skills and our knowledge and our practice should show for that. But how do we do that if we're not culturally informed? You know, I find it interesting that a computer teaches cultural competence to people in organizations and corporations. I know this because I have taken the test and I have laughed. Ha ha, this is untrue. And I took in the test and I'm like, why is the computer telling me about my culture, about my history, about what my great grandmother raised me to be, a beautiful Black woman? Tall and proud is me, yet I am learning from a computer how I'm supposed to be. No, I don't embrace that. I question that. Why? Because I have lived experience and I can't question that. Yet I realize that I don't have experience of other cultures, which means that I need to be present and embrace those opportunities to foster relationships by listening to others and sharing those challenges without projecting my own opinions and thoughts and experience and taking therefore their story and power away from their voices. This is happening in organizations today. I have seen it with my own eyes, people taking other people's stories away. How are they supposed to grow? How are the survivors supposed to heal if people keep taking their stories away? So I ask you to examine your actions, let go, learn to receive new information, expand your experiences, and recognize the sanctity of life. I ask you to stop and pause. Take a breath and observe, and then proceed. You will build better relationships this way. And also, stop taking everything personal. Start showing up as a guest willing to learn. Grow from the willingness to sit in the presence of others, listening to their narratives instead of filling your stories with your own past. I know you think, what is she talking about? Here's a good example. Sometimes people like to say, when I was a child, I was around other kids that looked like you, Valettta. It was one or two people in my classroom. And I remember what it was like sitting next to people that look like you. I didn't understand, but I wanted to get to know them. That's a warning sign. You didn't understand them, but you wanted to get to know them. Stop right there. The way you're going to get to know people is saying hello. My name is. Just like I would say, hello, my name is. And I would take a moment to smile and get to know you and listen to what your story is, to get to know and breathe in your presence of how you've done you on this earth. I can't take that from you. So why would you take it from me? Sit in discomfort. Bell Hooks says, when we drop fear, we can draw near to people. We can draw near to the earth. We can draw near to all the heavenly creatures that surround us. Well, you ask me, what does sitting in discomfort look like? Well, you know what? I'm going to just sit back in my seat. And you sit. You sit. You take it like Pepto-Bismol, like castor oil, like liver and onions. You eat it, you swallow it like chicken gizzards. And you may not like it. It may get stuck in your throat. But you know what? I hope that by the time it gets down, that you can feel what it feels like to sit there and hear somebody talk about you like they know you, to sit and learn and hear other stories about the trauma they've been through, to sit and hear another person of color tell you that the reason why they had to leave a situation was because they were receiving microaggressions. For you to understand is for you to sit, observe with your unseen eyes what is happening around you instead of walking blissfully like nothing has happened. That is you sitting in discomfort and realizing that you might have made a big oops, by speaking over someone. Take time to marinate before you speak out and hurt someone. And this is just not for one typical culture. This is for everyone. We have caused harm and damage to other people by speaking out and not even realizing their situation. And then therefore saying, well, I've been like that too. Why are you making up an excuse? People are not making up excuses. They are trying to share a piece of themselves to you. And if you shut them down, you're not sitting in discomfort. You're sitting on the holy grail, wanting people to look up to you. And that is not okay. It is time to make a change. We must bring love and hope and peace into the situation. Jacqueline writes that each person is unique and has a personal responsibility to find ways to contribute one's uniqueness to society using Ujima so that people can dismantle the impact of racism and intersections of oppression. Let us not oppress each other by bringing each other down. Let us have a conscious heart filled with the love and hope and peace that we can promote change and not use it because we need to build up our organization. Build up our community is what we need to be doing. Seeking out ways to bring out allyship, bringing each other together to bring peace, hope, and love is going to take more than us talking. It's going to take us doing action because action speaks louder than words. I love this scripture on John 4:18-21 says, there is no fear with love, but perfect love casteth out fear, because fear hath torment. He that fear is not made in perfect love. We love him because he first loved us. If a man says, I love God and hates his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love God whom he hath not seen? And this commandment have we for him, that he who loveth God loves his brother also. So I ask you, am I not your sister? Do you not see that I am here, present in your presence, trying to do good work alongside you? Do you not see that I have struggled just like you through COVID-19? Do you not see that I am raising children in a traumatized world just like you. Do you not see the color of my skin causes me to get more attention than you? Yes, it does. When I drive, when I walk, when I talk. Yet, I am your sister, and I love you for you. So turn to your brother or sister and start loving them. Start treating them with kindness. We have so many sisters or brothers in this community. Indigenous people, Latinx, Hmong, all of these beautiful souls. Reach out, look at them, acknowledge them, love them, bring peace and hope and unity into this world. In order for us to create peace with a conscious heart, it's going to take collective work and responsibility. It is our obligation, the past, present, and future, to play a role is not the word. We need to do more than just play a role. We need to be a part of this community, of the society, and step into roles of leadership, of change. We need to create purpose, to encourage others to look within themselves and look to set personal goals to be beneficial to the community. We must have truth and justice in our hearts. And we do this with respect, relevance, reciprocity, and responsibility, because that is what being a real, responsible human being needs. Thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate you being here today, and I wish you nothing but love, joy, and peace as you go on about your day. Baraka.
Now we have Steve Breidenbach, If We Could Change.
If we could change, if the rules for war were changed, if we could only choose the weapon our adversary uses, we'd probably decide rhetoric as a shield and lies for a weapon, the first thing to be ruled out. Flashbang grenades would also be too painful. A committee would take too damn long. In the meantime, we have to put up with a button that can destroy the world entrusted to a madman. They're just using that to justify building all the other war machines. No weapon is the best choice. Gandhi told us that. A weapon big enough to destroy the target doesn't need to be accurate. I think Confucius said that. A Chinese archer embodies perfect grace and heightened awareness. The arrow arches to the center with calm strength and a tireless eye. He seeks not to kill, but rightness in thought and action. That's what I call accuracy.
We have a compilation of videos from Benjamin Mertz performing Redemption Song, I'm on my way to Freedom Land, Hold on just a little longer, and My Hands.
Hello, Kunle Community. My name is Benjamin Mertz. It is a pleasure and an honor to be with you here today. Let's sing some songs. This first one is from the prophet Bob Marley. It's called Redemption Song. And Bob Marley says, whoa, pirates, yes, they rob I. Sold I to the merchant ships just before they took I from the bottomless pit, and my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. Forward in this generation, oh triumphantly, and won't you hear me sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had song. Now, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Only you can free your mind. Have no fear of atomic energy, because that won't stop the times. How long will they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say that's just a part of it and got to fulfill the book. Won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption song. I love that second verse so much, we better sing that again. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Only we can free our minds. Have no fear of atomic energy, because that won't stop the times. How long will they kill our prophets? How long will they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say that's just a part of it and we've got to fulfill their book. But won't you help me sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had was a redemption song. And all I ever had was a redemption song. And all I ever had, redemption song. This next piece of music was written by Sister Mamie Brown during the Montgomery bus boycott, when a young preacher, Martin Luther King, was coming to town. And Mamie Brown was a local choir director, and she understood that a good movement needed good music. You can sing this one with me. This one's real simple. Sounds like this. I'm on my way to freedom land. I'm on my way, oh, to freedom land. I'm on my way to freedom land. I'm on my way, oh yes, I'm on my way. Help me out. I'm on my way to freedom land. I'm on my way, oh, to freedom land. I'm on my way to freedom land. I'm on my way, oh yes, I'm on my way. If you won't go, I'm going anyhow. If you won't go, I'm going anyhow. And if you won't go, I'm going anyhow. Oh, 'cause I'm on my way. Oh, yes, I'm on my way. Now I ask my brother to come with me. And I ask my sister, oh, please come with me. And I ask the preacher, please come with me. Oh, 'cause I'm on my way. Oh, yes, I'm on my way. Help me out. Sounds like this. I'm on my way to freedom land. I'm on my way to freedom land. I'm on my way to freedom land. I'm on my way. Oh, yes, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Oh, yes, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Oh, yes, I'm on my way. On my way. Oh, yes, I'm on my way. Oh, let's sing ourselves one more today. Thanks again for inviting me to be here with the beautiful community. This comes from the Black spiritual tradition, and it says, hold on just a little while longer. Hold on just a little while longer. Hold on just a little while longer, because everything gonna be alright. Everything gonna be alright. One of the things I love about music from the Black spiritual tradition, it says everything is gonna be alright. A promise that we make to our children and future generations, that no matter how hard things get, not just things might be alright, not maybe, not I hope so, but it says everything gonna be alright. Help me out. I said hold on just a little while longer. Hold on just a little while longer. Hold on just a little while longer, 'cause everything gonna be alright. Say everything gonna be alright. Pray on it. Oh, pray on just a little while longer. Pray on just a little while longer. Pray on just a little while longer, because everything gonna be alright. Oh, everything gonna be all. But sometimes you've got to fight on just a little while longer. Fight on just a little while longer. Fight on just a little while longer. You know why? Because everything gonna be alright. I said everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. It doesn't say deep in my heart I do hope we can overcome someday. It says deep in my heart I do believe we shall overcome someday. We're talking about everything gonna be alright. I say everything gonna be alright. I said everything gonna be alright. In the midst of tragedy, in the midst of adversity, in the midst of challenge and strife, I say everything gonna be alright. I say everything gonna be alright. I said everything gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Thank you so much, Kunle Community, for inviting me into your space and into your presence. Much love. All the best. Hang in there, my friends. Blessings. Good evening, Kunle Community. My name is Benjamin Mertz. Thank you so much for inviting me to be here with you on this International Day of Peace. The piece of music that I'm going to be singing for you is called My Hands. It's a piece of music I wrote a few years ago that is about acknowledging that though we want to destroy systems of evil and oppression, we are not ourselves destroyers by nature. That we are tenders of the garden. That we are growers. That we are healers. That we are lifting up communities and raising our children. So this piece says, my hands are not used for war. My hands are used for building bridges and for tilling soil. My hands are not raised against you. My hands are not used for war. My hands are used for building bridges and tilling soil. My voice is not raised in anger. My voice does not curse or shame. My voice is a gift for singing comfort and healing pain. My heart full of hope, I rise I stand to lift unafraid my voice, my hands. I see your suffering eyes, they're mirrors of my own. I offer you my hands, weak as I am, weak as I am. I'll hold you in my hands. I'll hold you in my hands. I'll hold you in my hand. I'll hold you in my hands. No, 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 baby, don't you, baby. My head, my head, my head, my head, my head, my head. My hands are not raised against you. My hands are not used for. My hands are used for building bridges and tilling soil. My hands are used for building bridges and tilling soil. My hands are used for building bridges and tilling soil. On the way to lay my Happy International Day of Peace. Thank you so much again to the whole community for bringing me in. Bless you all. Ashe.
Coming next is Lori Cole reciting A Walk at the Pond.
A walk at the pond. A pleasant walk at Clop Lake, low tide. The water, withdrawn, reveals the sandy floor. We walk along the path, side by side, passing the intersecting bay and shore. Slough to river, flowing out to sea, teeming plant life, birds and prey, a beauteous sight for all to see as we leave behind our cares of the day. In time the sun sets, withdrawing light. The fog rolls in, blankets Mother Earth. She shifts her weight, holds her children tight, secure in her home and soothing girth. Closing her eyes, she sighs and hears the murmurs of the birds, beaks to tips. Lulled to sleep, the misty water tears. A silent prayer leaves her dust-brushed lips. A tempestuous rain falls, washing clean, bringing peace to her children, safe, serene.
Here's the Raging Grannies performing More Than Half the Sky.
Where you walk, things change, calling your sisters, calling your mom. the sky. We never will forget, Grandma was a suffragette. We're fighting still for voting rights, 'cause some don't have them yet. But we won't sit and sigh, burst into tears and cry. The world won't change without us, we hold up half the sky. When you want things change, call in your sisters, call in your mothers, call in the grannies. There's no power on earth that can resist us, because we hold up half the sky. We're singing out to praise the women of former days. Sojourner Truth and Harriet will carry on their fight. You bet, smart women who defy all the vicious lies. They're women out to change the world, helping hold up half the sky. When you want things changed, call in your sisters, call in your mothers, call in the grannies. There's no power on earth that can resist us, because we hold up half the sky. Just look around you now, and you will see just how we women here can change the world, 'cause we've got the know-how. So we don't sit and sigh, we raise our arms up high, to show the world that women's strength holds up more than half the sky. When you want things changed, call in your sisters, call in your mothers, call in the grannies. There's no power on earth that can resist us, 'cause we hold up more than half the sky. 'Cause we hold up more than half the sky.
More raging grannies performing Black Lives Matter.
Freedom, justice for us all, that's our call, standing tall. Black Lives Matter. Human rights for everyone, every daughter, every son. Black Lives Matter. We condemn all race discrimination. It's an ugly stain upon our nation. We need safety in our homes, where we drive, walk, or run. Black Lives Matter. Excess violence has to stop. Prosecute guilty cops. Black Lives Matter. Run the schools instead of jails. Help us thrive, win, not fail. Black Lives Matter. Put an end to mass incarceration. Hear the people's call for reparations. No one is expendable, everyone's valuable. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
I will recite My Life Matters. For so long I fought oppression, segregation, prejudice because my skin is brown. I like to call myself a native Blaxican. My bloodlines are traceable through mothers, grandmothers, great-great-grandmothers, and back and back and back, who are Black, Native American, and Mexican. Because of this, my feet stand firm. Because of this, my life matters. I breathe in and out, not showing fear, in a world where I have had to be fearful, for my skin marked me as something to fear. But now my life matters, and I'd like to thank all my beautiful brown, caramel, honey, ebony, mocha-colored brothers and sisters who made a path to where my life matters. I will be reciting On the Streets Where I Live. On the streets where I live, there's no promise or hope. We've been beaten up, beaten down, have our heads to the ground. On every corner is a pharmacopoeia just waiting to be bought. Between each corner is an alley full of addicts, too far gone, and the needles in their arms, where the children wear saggy, baggy diapers of welfare rejects of clothing. On the streets where I live, there's hunger for food stamps or a black market commodity bought and sold for a little baggie of something that makes you forget. On the streets where I live, women are traded and trafficked, and you can have one for $20 if you want. For $100, you can have her all night. Just pretend you don't see the black eye. On the streets where I live, there is no white. There are only varying shades of brown, from light skin to Nubian ebony. And something tells me you wouldn't survive on the streets where I live. Next, I will be reading The Blood of My Ancestors. My ancestors' blood saturates the ground. As I walk upon it, I can hear the tears that they cried in desolation, desperation, with no consolation. If I stand still, I can feel the heartbeat of the drums, which represent the heartbeat of Mother Earth. If I close my eyes, I can hear their voices uniting in song to give thanks. If I stand long enough, I can feel my spirit lift up high above, and my soul flies free. The Raging Grannies performing When We Make Peace.
When we make peace instead of war, when we make peace instead of war, oh how I want to be in that number. When we make peace instead of war, when all the world has human rights, when all the world has human rights, oh how I want to be in that number. When all the world has human rights, when justice rules instead of force, when justice rules instead of force, oh how I want to be in that number. When justice rules instead of force, oh when we change our racist ways, oh when we change our racist ways, oh how I want to be in that number. Oh when we change our racist ways, when everyone has voting rights, when everyone has voting rights, oh how I want to be in that number. When everyone has voting rights, when everyone can get vaccines and mask and distance keep us safe, oh how I want to be in that number. When vaccines and masks keep us safe, when women's bodies are our own, when women's bodies are our own, oh how I want to be in that number. When women's bodies are our own, when we make peace instead of war, when we make peace instead of war, oh how I want to be in that number. When we make peace instead of war.
I'd like to say thank you to everyone who submitted videos, everyone who worked with tremendous effort to get this put together, and a big thank you to Kunle Community supporters. I'd like to end with an Indigenous people song. Thank you. Wendeya-ho, Wendeya-ho, Wendeya, Wendeya, ya-ha, hey-ya-ho, hey-ya-ho, ya-ya-ya. Wendeya-ho, Wendeya-ho, Wendeya, Wendeya, ya-ha, hey-ya-ho, hey-ya-ho, ya-ya-ya. Wendeya-ho, Wendeya-ho, Wendeya, hey-ya-ho, hey-ya-ho, ya-ya-ya. Thank you and good night.